Hello, welcome back to the road to episode 8, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars episode 8, The Last Jedi, today! Holy shit, here we are. Those 2 years just flew by, and we're at the end of this series on, I think, the 62nd video. So this is the end of the road to episode 8, my first spoiler-free reactions to The Last Jedi. But I haven't seen it yet. I got up about an hour ago. It is currently 8:43. I'm ready to go. I even watched the trailer again and got even more excited. And if you haven't been following the videos, I did watch The Force Awakens last night, which was just the perfect hype fuel to get me ramped up for The Last Jedi. And now if you're here just for my spoiler-free first reactions to The Last Jedi, I'll put like a timer somewhere so you can skip to it, because this is very much a vlog of the literal road of me getting on the bus and going to see the film. I don't know if I'll vlog any of it, we'll see what happens, but regardless, in this video I will talk about my first thoughts on the film without spoiling anything for anyone, obviously. So I got up about an hour ago, played a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront just to kind of pass the time. I was kind of getting a bit antsy, just needed something to do. And cutting down a few people as Kylo Ren was pretty fun, actually. So, about to get on a bus. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say in this part of the video. I'm really kind of just, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time. The anticipation is reaching its maximum. You know, the years have counted down. The months, the weeks, the days, the hours, and the minutes will soon be irrelevant as I sit down, hopefully in a good cinema. I'm thinking it's the 10 AM first showing on the 13th of December, opening day. Almost all the tickets were booked like instantly. I'm hoping these are hardcore Star Wars fans who won't be sitting there rusting their wrappers all throughout the film and kind of coughing and kind of laughing and taking pictures and flashing their phones throughout the most emotional parts of the film, which is what I've experienced over the past few months here in Norway. Some of the worst cinema experiences of my entire life. But those were kind of evening showings with a lot of teenagers who just seemed to be there just to be there. So I'm hoping the people who are going to be showing up today are fans who care about it and will not be idiots, basically. So I'm going to get going and wish me luck, because I feel like there's a lot riding on this film. If I'm disappointed by this film, it's gonna really bother me, I think. But there's nothing wrong with taking it seriously. Not taking it too seriously, but taking it seriously, you know, and it meaning something. So, I'm going to get going. Here we go. I can't believe it's finally here. And this is what Norway looks like at 9 o'clock in the morning. Basically just an actual Christmas postcard. Not too shabby to look at, I have to say. But it won't be fun going out in it. It is, of course, as it looks, freezing cold, but luckily it's only about -4, which, you know, for the past few weeks, that's pretty decent actually. It's nice and brisk, you know. It got as bad as, I think, -13 the other day, so yeah, this doesn't feel too bad by comparison. Alright, I'm out of the cinema. Just watched The Last Jedi. It was fucking perfect. It was everything. It destroyed me and completed me at the same time. I'm just so excited. I'm just feeling great right now. It's a heavy film, but I laughed, I cried, like tears streamed down my face. And it wasn't for something that was sad either. I mean, there's so many emotions in this film.
it was just, I hasten to say the word perfect, but for me, it was perfect and unexpected, and oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know how to, well, that's my reaction, I guess. I'm just bowled over. People were clapping, you know, laughing, cheering. I could hear people crying at times, you know, the gasped breath. There's some breathtaking moments in the film that have nothing to even do with the main characters that we know and love. You know, it isn't a film that completely rests on the weight of the characters that we already know, and I loved that about it. It was an epic adventure. It was fucking incredible. You know, if you want to throw it out there, it's up there with Empire. It's number 2 at the very bare minimum for me. And I know there's going to be a lot of opinions on it, and I can't wait to hear them all. But for me, it just didn't put a foot wrong, and so utterly surprised me, and pleased me, and charmed me, and broke me, and completed me, like I said. What a film. What an experience. I want to just go back in now and watch it again. But yeah, Friday can't come soon enough. I want to live in this moment forever. This is great. Rian Johnson fucking nailed it, man. You absolute, not that he's watching this, or I have any illusion that he would be, but just out there into the ether, fucking lock, stock and barrel, completely incredible. And of course everyone else who made the film. It's a gorgeous film. The cinematography, there's great everything. There's great everything. I tried to listen to the score, because when I saw The Force Awakens, the score didn't stand out because I was taking everything in. And the same could be said here, though. I really liked Rose's theme, I'm going to call it, the new character. She had a specific theme, and I really loved her character and her arc, and I can't wait for the next one. And I tell you what, my prediction actually isn't true. I don't feel gutted. I feel excited for the future. I feel pumped for the next movie, and there's so many possibilities. It's not going the way that I thought it would. Not that I had a solid, you know, prediction, but stunned, wowed, pleased, ecstatic. I can't wait to start discussing this with people and discussing my thoughts on the things in the film that I can't talk about, because I have a lot of opinions on them, a lot of thoughts on them, and the line from the trailer, it was true. This isn't going to go the way you think, but that's actually a really good thing. So I'm going to leave it there. And this will be the end of the video, I guess. There's probably loads I could talk about without spoiling stuff, but I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I think that's the best course of action. Just leave it fairly minimal. Is it three and a half minutes, and just leave it on this moment where I'm still again riding high on the cold air here in Norway, but also the thrill of seeing a film that just was so entertaining and moved me in so many different ways. You know, amazing. There you go. Well, I've been walking around for about an hour and a half just thinking about the film, and I'd wanted to go see it again. So I've looked in every shop all over the city to see if I could find a can of my faithful vanilla Coke, which I didn't have for the first screening, and I guess that settles it. I'm gonna go watch it again. I've never done this before, never gone right back in to see a film. I saw The Dark Knight Rises on the same day. That was like 5 AM and then later on in the afternoon. But this is literally just leaving, walking around for a bit, and going right back into the next showing. I hope I still enjoy it as much, but I want to ride this high. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I just saw the film again for a second time, and I loved it even more. I was able to see the things that I didn't catch the first time around, even like really meaningful kind of moments and scenes throughout the film that I just was too busy thinking of the thing that happened that was amazing 2 minutes earlier. So yeah, I'll speak more when I get home. I need to get home now. didn't think I'd be out this late. Well, late, but you know. It's just really fucking great. It really is. I want to see it again. That's how good it was, for me personally. And I know there's probably people who will think, well, you were always going to like it. Well, so be it.
Here comes the hit, Mr. Wagon. Acting in my mouth, pulling solo. Okay, go double come solo.
Alright, I'm home. It is now 7:15 in the evening. So this is, it's almost been a 12-hour day of going out to see Star Wars. I went to, I think I already mentioned, I'm not too sure, I went to a whole other part on the other side of the city to get some shopping. So that took a long time after I saw the film the second time around, which I wasn't expecting to do. And I walked around for about an hour before deciding whether to go see the film for a second time or not. I was undecided, but I went again, obviously, and like I said, in the toilet, it held up on the second viewing, and I caught all these little bits that I hadn't noticed before, and there's so much to talk about. But that, you know, you've heard my first reactions, and I guess that's it. The road to episode 8 is over, but the road to episode 9 has only just begun, and that will start with the next video. Me talking about spoilers, going into all kinds of depth. I mean, I feel like I could talk about this film for hours, and I have no doubt I probably will. Suffice it to say, I loved it, and stress on I loved it. You know, it's not something I would say is like, oh, it's an incredible, you know, perfect film that just is put together so well that there's no cracks. I mean, there is, I do feel like the length and your interest in the Star Wars characters. Like, if you're not like a diehard, you know, if you are not that interested or pumped up by the idea of just seeing Luke Skywalker, you know, in a movie again, I don't know, I'm not sure how it plays, because I'm so biased. I'm so already on board, you know, they already have my money, so to speak. So I can only go by my own view, which is very much coloured by a love of these movies and of the characters that are in this film. But also, again, like I said, I really loved how the new characters that are introduced, I became invested in, and I really liked how they played into the story. The one thing I'll say, again, leaving it very spoiler-free, I loved Carrie Fisher in the film. She really had some great moments as Leia, far more than in The Force Awakens, I feel. Leia was awesome in this film, and it was just so... It was a... I don't want to say it's a great way for her to go out on the character, obviously, but, you know, if I had to pick, you know, Leia in Force Awakens or Last Jedi, it's Last Jedi. I mean, she was great. It felt like she really, truly settled into Leia again. She felt so much more like Leia. But I liked her in The Force Awakens, don't get me wrong. I know some people didn't like her, but for me, in this film, she was just so great. And they really nailed the other characters, like 3PO, R2-D2, Chewbacca. You know, they really felt authentic and not overplayed, you know. And I guess this is kind of spoiling a very minor thing, but I love how Ryan wrote 3PO, because 3PO is very much the butt of his own joke in this film, which I thought was really appropriate, because I think that most of us, at least, are a little bit worn out with 3PO by this point, especially when you look at the prequels and what they did with him in those films. But he was perfectly paced and placed in the film, I think. And again, there's so much more I could go into, but I'll leave it there. So there it is. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my first spoiler-free reactions and the vlog stuff. It was great to kind of capture the day as much as I could. And this is, you know, this is a great day for me. I'm so happy with how the film turned out and how much I enjoyed it. And that's all that counts to me, obviously, is how much I enjoyed it. But I really hope other people enjoy it too. I really hope other people get it the way I got it and feel it the way I felt it. And I can't wait to go see it again for a third time on Friday, just to experience it with Connie and to see how she's going to react to some of those big... I mean, there's some big moments in the film. This is a film you don't want to get spoiled about, you know. The spoilers, I feel like, could never be more appropriate than in this film. The things that happen, you know, you want to go in as blind as possible. And I'll tell you this, You know, people saying they're showing too much in the trailers. Trust me, there's so many kind of money shots that they could have thrown in the trailers that would have spoiled things, I think, and they held back. There's some great stuff you've never seen, trust me. Yeah, again, just to reiterate, this isn't going to go the way you think. I think that's a perfect way to sum up the film. There's great dialogue. The writing, I thought, was incredible. There's just really memorable... I'm already kind of quoting them in my head. Great lines of dialogue. So anyway, I'll leave it there before I get too carried away. There's more to come, obviously, and that'll begin with the road to episode 9. I've decided to do that one to finish this thing out. I started it back in 2012. Let's go all the way to 2019 and get geared up for the next movie, because I'm really excited about that now. But not going to look too far ahead and look to the horizon, but stay with episode 8. So the next few videos will be the road to episode 9, but me reviewing in depth The Last Jedi, which I did 2 years ago, I think. I started the road to episode 8 and began going into The Force Awakens in depth, I think. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. And I don't say it very often, but may the Force be with you.